I force him to look back at me. What do you mean? Kristen, I'm gay. He drops his eyes to the ground. Oh. I see the sad look on Toby's face. That's nothing to be ashamed of, Toby. I'm not ashamed. I just wish I could be more for you. He kisses me on the forehead. You're so much to me, Toby, I exclaim. You're everything to me. I know, Toby says solemnly. That's why I needed to come out to you. Oh, Toby. I bring him in for another warm embrace. I start to remember a conversation I had with Gina. She'd come home from a long day at work and poured herself a cocktail. I was in the living room writing. She offered me a cocktail, but I refused. Something had upset her. She sat down next to me and started to drink. True love doesn't exist, Kristen. You should know that now before you start dating, she said matter-of-factly. What makes you say that? I asked innocently. I just know. Sometimes things happen in your life that makes you realize the sad truths of the world. And that is one of them. True love doesn't exist. After that, she took another gulp of alcohol. I was surprised to learn that my mother didn't have a standard recipe for her adobo. And when I asked her how she made it, she told me matter-of-factly, taste is everything. You need to make sure you keep tasting as the sauce develops and adjust as necessary. A good cook will know how to make their food based on taste. My mother also told me that everyone's adobo was different and that eventually my own adobo would evolve. That turned out to be true. Over the years, I have altered, adjusted, and tweaked my recipe, making it very much my own. When the first term of year 11 in boarding school began, I readied myself for my first time in the kitchen after a couple of months of practice at home. I went out on a weekend and bought all the ingredients. Plastic shopping bag in hand, I lurched to the kitchen, nervous with excitement. I was going to cook a dish that I had been craving all week. My bare-bones workplace was a small kitchen typical of student houses. Linoleum floors, cheap fittings, a suspicious-looking gas stovetop, and pots and pans that looked older than me. The average schoolmate, if wanting a little more than toast, may have, on a very rare occasion, overcooked some pasta and slathered it in bottled tomato sauce.